Okay guys, so I am coming to you with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about your progress. And no, I'm not talking about your progress on the scale. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about progress, right? So if you're on a weight loss journey and you decided to lose some weight for whatever reason, we're talking about intentional weight loss here. Something that you've decided, and perhaps along with your medical provider, that you should be doing for a number of reasons. Most importantly, your health, right? So we're going to talk about progress. Now, I know I update you guys every single video on my progress with a number on the scale every week. And I fail to neglect to talk about all my other progress because believe me, I've had some progress along the way. So I don't want you guys to feel like that's the only progress, that you should be seeing. And it's not. And I don't have an update for a number on the scale this week. So no up, no down, no stay the same. I don't know. I didn't weigh myself. Like, honestly, I felt a little bit exhausted. I really did. Like, it gets exhausting. Things get tiring. And I was just like, I don't feel like weighing myself this week. And I didn't. So if you are thinking about how else you're going to measure your progress, or if the scale is triggering for you, or you feel like if you see like no weight loss on the scale, or you see a gain, you're going to freak out, you're going to lose your motivation or something like that, just throw that away. Like, get that out of here. Like, you don't always have to measure your progress on the scale. So these are things that we call non-scale victories, or NSVs. And there are a couple that come to mind, and I want to talk about them with you because these are the things that you should be doing in addition to weighing yourself if you decide that you do want to weigh yourself, okay? So the first thing that I want to talk about is, how are your clothes fitting? So this is a big one for me. So like I said, I've been plus size pretty much all my life. And what I find is that sizes and clothes and everything, they vary so drastically, especially with being plus size. And a lot of times there's like an in-between type of situation going on where you're kind of like in between sizes. I mean, I've had to like safety pin my pants so they don't fall down because it just didn't, it just didn't, it was no use in buying additional clothes that I would just basically, that wouldn't fit me in another month or two. So how are your clothes fitting? This is a great NSV, and it's something to think about going forward. So I always, every single time I do it, I buy like goal clothes, but not necessarily like my ultimate goal, but just like two sizes down of something that looks cute, or something that I want, or something that I've been wanting, or whatever. So that's definitely something to look forward to. Are your pants looser? How are your shirts fitting? Are they baggy on you now? And you can feel it, you can see it. Like, something that was tight that you couldn't fit into, are you fitting into that now? I am definitely fitting into my old clothes now. And so it's getting me really excited about what's to come, okay? So how are your clothes fitting? I think that's a great NSV. Something else, are you reaching your fitness goals? So I guess this wouldn't apply to people who are exercising, but for those of you who are exercising, and you set fitness goals for yourself, or maybe you didn't even set any fitness goals. Maybe just along the way, you've realized that you're doing stuff that you couldn't do before, like in the gym, if you go to a gym, or however you're exercising. So I talked about one time where I lost a lot of weight. I just started out simply walking, and the park I went to, they had like a figure eight. And I probably, when I first started walking, I could probably only walk like half of that figure eight. Like my back was hurting, I was out of breath, I was tired, I was sweating, I was out of shape so bad. And before you knew it, it was like I was running circles around that figure eight, like literally. At the end of that entire situation, it was really just amazing, like seeing all my progress. And if you are like, for instance, training for something, like right now, like I'm training for a race, you can see your progress. And honestly, it's freaking amazing, because our bodies are made to do so much. They're made to be wonderful for us. They're made to like do so much. And I mean, as long as we're treating that bad boy right, hopefully it's gonna get us to our goals and do things that we want to do. And you can accomplish so much in the gym, or however you work out, whatever your fitness goals. So are you reaching your fitness goals? Are you doing things that you couldn't do before physically? So that's another thing, a way to measure your progress. And then also your measurements. Did you take your measurements? You should have. So are you actually like getting smaller? Are you like really reducing your size? Are you shrinking? So like, it's not just a number on the scale, right? And if you are fitting into smaller clothes, most likely your measurements are getting smaller as well. So that's another thing that we want to try to measure when we're thinking about something else we can measure our success with in our weight loss goals. Okay? Pictures. Did you take pictures? Hopefully you did. And if you didn't take pictures, you probably got some old pictures laying around. But every once in a while, take some pictures, even selfies. Like you can look in the mirror and you can see like the double chin going away, or you can see kind of like how your face is like less rounder, so it's coming in maybe more oval-like, or maybe you can start to see your jawbone structure or the collarbone start coming in, and you're like, ooh. So even if you're doing like selfies, you should be able to see a difference. But if you have someone that can take pictures for you, please take pictures. Like take pictures, maybe, I don't know, however often you want to do it. If you want to do it every week and you have someone willing and available to do it every week, do it every week. If you can only do it once a month, do it once a month. Take pictures. Do like a front, do like a side, do like a back. And if you want to like get into like a sports bra and like some leggings or something, or guys, you want to take your shirt off? Whatever you feel comfortable with, do that. Or, you know, maybe like a swimsuit or something. I don't know. Whatever you want to do it in. Or if just is something personal for you that you just want to look back and reflect on, you can be naked if you want to be naked. But either way it goes, take those pictures, y'all, so it can give you something to look back on. And also, you can have some before and afters if, you know, that's what you want to do. Okay, and finally, I want to check in with you guys. How are you feeling? So I think this one is probably one of the most important non-skill victories that I can think of. How are you feeling? Because this thing is not necessarily all about a number on the scale. This is about your health. So how are you feeling? Most of the time when people are carrying around extra weight, they don't even realize how, when they lose a little weight, how much better they feel. Not saying it's everybody, just saying most people. I'm just can talk about my experiences, because this is definitely something that I've experienced myself. Losing weight has definitely enabled me to feel better. I can remember when I was nearly 400 pounds and I felt like crap pretty much all the time. First of all, I was depressed, which caused me to emotional eat and it caused me to gain weight. So I was already depressed, right? And I felt good in the moment when I was eating those comfort foods. It was comforting me, you know? I felt good when I ate my snacks and things like that. Emotionally, you know, it was doing nothing but putting Band-Aid on a gunshot. I was not addressing the real problem. And because of that, it greatly affected my health. I was in the poorest state of health that I had ever been in my whole entire life. Granted, every overweight or obese person will not necessarily have health issues, okay? Also, that's a factor that comes with age as well. I was pushing 30. Or was I already in my 30s? Oh God, I don't even know how old I am. So how long ago was that? Yeah, I was in my 30s. And from my experience, once 30 comes, everything just goes on downhill, but you didn't hear that from me. So while I was young and I had been able to avoid a lot of health issues, I was in my 30s. I was nearly 400 pounds and I felt a mess. I had high blood pressure, which I was taking medicine for. I had horrible headaches. I went to the doctor, they ran some tests. They wound up doing a sleep study. I had sleep apnea, so I wound up getting a CPAP machine. I was always in pain, and what was in pain most were my feet. My feet would swell. They would swell so bad. I couldn't even walk that far distances, and my feet would start to hurt, and they would start to swell. I mean, they had damn near 400 pounds on them. Of course they're gonna be swollen and they're not gonna feel good. I'm trying to think. I never was pre-diabetic. I never had high blood sugar. Thank God. So I never had those issues, but I had high blood pressure. I had sleep apnea. Of course I was depressed. You know, just overall, I felt like crap. I didn't feel good. You know, I was achy. My back was hurting. I could tell a whole entire story about my back another day, but eventually I'm pretty sure you guys will hear about my back. But my back was hurting. Like everything hurt on me. And this was also around the time that I started doing a lot of traveling. And I feel like I couldn't keep up. I couldn't really do what I wanted to do physically. I can remember I went to Miami one time and I was really big, the biggest I had ever been. And I can remember just looking at the pictures and not being excited about how I looked. I was cute or whatever, you know, but there were, shots of me at the beach and I wasn't feeling myself at all, you know, and it stems beyond how I look, but how I physically felt and also how I emotionally felt. So everything is about wellness, our well-being, not just a number on the scale, because this stuff is going to affect every part of our lives, our emotional selves, our physical selves, everything, okay? So you have to think about your wellness and how you feel. So once you start losing weight, you'll probably feel better. I know I did. A lot of people feel that way. Their energy comes back. Their sleep gets better. Once I lost the weight, y'all, like all my health problems, they literally disappeared. My feet weren't swelling anymore. My blood pressure went down. No more sleep apnea. Like I was sleeping like a little baby, you know, like, and also, how are you feeling? Like when you go to the doctor, have they adjusted your medication? It was to the point where like I went to the doctor and the doctor was like, there's no need to take your blood pressure. Your blood pressure is normal. Like, you know, everything was going great. Like, you know, and I can think about even through my pregnancy, I was just so excited because when I first got pregnant, I was at I was at a lower weight. I was at a lower, I mean, I'm still obese, but I was at a lower weight. And I never had high blood pressure. And I was so happy about that. And my health was just good for my baby. So, I mean, it's all about health, y'all. You also have to think about your mood. How is your mood? And I've talked about mental health. I'll keep on talking about it. I'll never stop talking about it. That's so important. That's something to always keep in mind, okay? So I think that we are done talking about NSVs. There are so many more, though, that you guys can probably think of, things that you might want to change in your life, things that are important to you. So you think about what's important to you, okay? Don't think about what's important to me. But I mean, I definitely, of course, have fitness goals. That's something that's very, very important to me, with improving my overall health. I would say that's important to me. My aesthetic, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little vain. I mean, everybody a little shallow. That's important to me as well. I want to look better. Like, I want to look better. Like, and I want to feel better too. I just want to, and I think that's going to improve, like, once I improve my fitness, how I'm feeling. So I think those honestly are the two biggest things for me, because I want to be active. So, like, you know, when my baby grows up and if he wants to, like, I don't know, do sports, or, you know, or he wants to do outdoor stuff or whatever he wants to do, like, I want to be able to say, hey, we can go do that. It's no big deal, you know, like, your mom can keep up with you, because I had a baby later in life and I do not want to be, you know, old mom, you know, come to pick their baby up and I look like their grandma and, you know, I can barely get around. I want to be active. I want to be healthy for my child. Also for me, but definitely for him. All right. So I don't have any progress to share. I got sick. Well, I wasn't sick. I was sick and tired of weighing myself. So I didn't weigh myself. And that's why I made this video, because it's not all about the number on the scale. There are other ways that we can measure our progress. And with that being said, it's time for the word, child. So this comes from Alice Walker. And if you guys don't know who Alice Walker is, you need to Google. But I know you've heard of the color purple. Well, that's the writer of The Color Purple. So she says, the most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. Ooh. So, you're powerful. That's all I have to say. Like, really, that is the point of it. Well, for me, that's what I feel like it is. Just stop thinking that you aren't powerful. Stop thinking that you aren't amazing. Stop thinking that you can't crush these goals that you have, because you can. Okay? So you have a partner in me, at least. You see me on the screen talking to you all the time, telling you that you can do anything that you set your mind to, and you can finally do it this time. You can. Because I'm believing in myself that I can finally do it. And I've been dieting, like I told y'all, since I was, I don't know, like 10 years old, probably 9. So I've literally been dieting nearly 3 decades, off and on. It's time to put an end to this cycle. And I am not giving up my power anymore. And I'm surely not going to give it up to food. Okay? And I think I need to continue to work on my relationship with food. And perhaps you do too. So that can also be one of the goals that you're going to crush, is improving your relationship with food. And this isn't just something for obese people or overweight people. Normal sized people struggle with issues with food. Underweight people struggle and have issues with food. I mean, normal sized people really, they can hide theirs well, because they're not, you know, overweight or underweight. Or if someone is underweight, some people just say, oh, she's just naturally thin, you know, whatever. And they kind of brush it off. But some of those people have issues around food, in their relationship with food. So I'm not going to give my power to food. I'm going to take my power. I'm going to grasp it. I'm going to hold on to it, because I know I can overcome the issues that I have, with food, the mental health struggles that I have. I can overcome those. We all can overcome this. But first, you have to realize that you have power. You have a lot of power. And when you think that you don't, or when you think that others are more powerful than you, or you let them believe that they're more power, you're not going to have any. So you do not want to make people think that you don't have the power. Even if you know that, they're probably in a better position than you, being realistic. Because sometimes people are in a better position than we are. They might have more money than us. They might have more privilege than us. They may, live in a better neighborhood, or they may live in a bigger city with more opportunities, or they, may be educated, or whatever the case may be. And you feel like that person has more power than you. Don't let them take your power. Do not yield. Do not relent. Do not do that. You walk into a room, you own that room. What else can I say, y'all? Do not let people have your power. You are a powerful being. So you have to start telling yourself that. You have to start believing that. You have to start implementing things that exhibit your power. So what do you want to implement that exhibits your power? I want to create a better relationship with food. Okay, that's what I'm saying. All right, y'all. So I think y'all probably had enough of hearing me talk. So, of course, I left you with my word, and you guys are powerful. And of course, I want you to like this video. I want you to go watch the other videos, like those two. I want you to comment. How are you going to get your power back? And then, of course, I want you to subscribe and make sure you hit the bell so that you can be notified every time a new video comes out. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.